I've just chucked some strings on the Raimundo. I still want to do some things to the varnish and the finish, but what's the good of having a pretty guitar if you never play it? And like all new strings, they're still stretching even as we speak. The thing with new strings, they take a while to settle down, but that isn't what I wanted to do tonight. I threatened to talk a little bit about an experience that I had in a town called Aigeronde in the Indre region district of France. I speak un peu de français. Un peu, seulement un peu, and very, very badly. I don't speak German, apart from Handy Hock and Kamerad and, or is that, yeah, that's German, and Dutch, Aus du Blief de Reckoning, and I'm not a linguist, don't do it. But an experience in the town of Aigeronde in France, where the French people don't speak French. They speak a dialect, they speak a patois, generally called Creusois. It's basically French, but it's not. A few years ago I was staying with some friends in France, not far from Aigeronde, a little hamlet called New, sits between Aigeronde and Bonner. And anyway, we'd had a Thursday night. It involved a certain amount of hilarity, people trying to teach me to play the guitar, people trying to cajole me into singing. And it was a very good night, but the Friday morning the sun came up, the cockerels were crowing, and rural France was coming to life, and you really need to go there and experience it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And it was decided that I should go on my own. No navigator, no linguist, no translator, just on my own to the market in Aigeronde. And I was tasked with coming back with a piece of beef. Now you might think that's easy. You go to the Walmart or Asda's or Morrison's and you go to the beef counter and you buy a packet of beef with plastic over it. No. This is rural France where they do things properly. And I got to the market and the sun was shining quite brightly, and so I was sort of walking around trying to shade my eyes to see what people were selling, and there was a butcher, un boucher, and he had a market stall, big trailer with beautiful, beautiful cuts of meat. Now, he was talking in Creusois to another Frenchman who I guess had known each other for years. They were jabbering away, no doubt, talking about the price of fish or the latest addition to the... who knows? I certainly didn't. And the butcher, he said something to me, and I haven't got a clue what he said. but I understood him because he smiled and he beamed and he used his hands, and what he said was, "Can I help you? What are you looking for?" Well, in French I told him that I was searching for a piece of beef. "Cherchez du bœuf, monsieur." And he understood that, and he didn't ask me what sort of beef or how much beef. He asked me how many people are going to be eating. And I said, "Two, deux." And he laughed and he said, "Are they big people or are they little people?" He didn't say it in English, he said it in Creusois. And I said, "Un, gros, un, petit," or something like that. And he knew that what I wanted was a piece of beef for dinner for one big chunky fella and one smaller person. Anyway, he got a piece of beef and he laid it on his arm. And he got a knife. And he said, "Comme ci," or something like that. And he moved the blade up the beef. And I said, "Yes, yes, oui monsieur, oui." And he laid the piece of beef and he sliced it, and boy was that knife sharp, it just went through this beef. And he wrapped this small piece of beef, he wrapped it with the care that you might use if you were wrapping a Fabergé egg to send it parcel express to Cutworm who's going to open it with an axe. But he wrapped it with care and with love, and he told me how much this piece of beef was, and it's no good asking me now, I can't remember. I can't remember because after that I went to another stall where I bought quiche. There are places in the world where you look carefully at the quiche, and Aigeronde is one of them. And I looked carefully at the quiche. They've got lots and lots of beautiful, beautiful quiches. And I picked, quite deliberately, the quiche avec l'escargot. 4 pieces, fantastic, lovely, because if you're going to send me to the market, there's no knowing what I'm going to come back with. The point of the story is I communicated, or rather the butcher communicated with me. We both knew why we were there. He was there to sell meat, I was there to buy meat. We both know that you buy meat to eat it. He eats meat, I eat meat. We both knew that. With what limited language we had, and with a certain amount of friendly sign language, sign language, lots of smiles, lots of cooperation, certain amount of pointing, certain amount of indicating. We sorted out the transaction and it was pleasant. Communication isn't about language, it certainly isn't about how good your mobile phone is. Communication is about two people, 200 people, communicating, changing and exchanging ideas, making requests, making responses, and understanding each other. I put it to you, and feel free to argue, you don't need to speak Italian, Spanish, French, Dutch. If you can speak man to man, if you can communicate, then you don't need all the clever fancy words. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm happy with this, I think I am. I'll let it settle down a bit more, but That's all you're getting.